Hey, it's Jennifer Aceto Caravan coming to you from Chicago, Illinois. And in this video, I wanted to talk to you about how your network marketing business is actually a system. And one of the reasons why is it's really important to see the bigger picture of what you're building as opposed to the limited perspective a lot of people around you may have. It's going to build your posture and your belief in the business model itself. So I want to start off by sharing with you a story about a frog. And there was a frog that was really thirsty, saw a well, went inside the well, and began to drink. It decided to stay there because there were all these bugs around the frog. And it was really hungry, started eating. It was comfortable within this well because it's nice and wet and everything. So he looks up and he sees the sky and he's like, wow, this is a beautiful sky. Look how beautiful the sky is. And you have these birds that are flying above this well. And this frog is like, look at the sky, it's so beautiful. And these birds that are flying are like, what are you talking about? The sky is much bigger than the perspective that you are seeing. The world is much bigger than you think, right? So one of the birds was so just frustrated, like with this, this frog's limited perspective, picked up the frog, flew it all over the place and showed them how much bigger the world is. And so the frog was like, wow, I didn't know that there are mountains. What is that? That's a river, et cetera, et cetera. So in a way, we need to be the bird in looking at a network marketing business and not the frog. So the moral of the story is that when we are comfortable and we just sit where we're at, because that's all that we can see, we stay there. So sometimes we need the birds around us to pick ourselves up and to help us see a much bigger perspective. For example, if you're building and you are starting your business at home, sometimes all you can see is the home setting. But the truth is you're part of a network that's much, much greater than that. You're probably part of a network that's in the hundreds, thousands, or maybe even hundreds of thousands in the company that you are representing. Like, for example, you may be in a home setting, maybe you've been part of like a home party, and it seems like it's a really small type of business, like a rink-a-dink type of business where people are sampling products and you're trying on things and buying and purchasing. But the truth is network marketing is actually very, very big business, that the business is much more than your own personal experience in the home. You're part of a much larger network, possibly depending what organization you're in the hundreds of thousands probably. You're probably part of that network. So, and that translates into very, very big business. It's just very important to see that perspective. So the next set of videos, we're actually going to go over how your network marketing business is actually a franchise. That's right, it's an actual franchise. Did you know that network marketing has been referred to as a poor man's franchise? And not because, you have to be down and out to do network marketing, but you are looking at a franchise system that does not require the $30,000 to $1 million investment to get into. So with any system, you have steps. And in this video, and the subsequent videos, we're going to go over each step of your franchise and the pitfalls to avoid in each step and how to carry out each step very professionally in the network marketing business. So first it starts with you, right? So as you know, the first step is you got to prospect, you have to invite, you have to present, follow up, close, and then you get that new distributor started. And then the last thing that's very important to do as part of your system is to mobilize your new team to an event. Remember, the network marketing is very grassroots business building. So this starts with you, and then you develop your team locally or not so locally, because you can actually build through technology. You can build in other areas if you want to with today's technology. It's very possible to do that. The key is to find other distributors that will duplicate what you are doing. There is a science and an art to this. Now, this doesn't mean that you sponsor the world or you sign up the world. It has nothing to do with that, actually. You're actually looking for a small group of people who are dedicated in your organization. Again, there's a science and there's an art to this. So what we mean by science is there are real hard numbers you have to consider as you're building. And in terms of the art form, it's really your skills with people, your skills with communications, your skills with relating to people. Understand that everyone's different and you can't speak to everyone the same way. People have different needs and they have different desires and they have different personalities. And that's where the art form comes in, is you have to be able to connect with those personalities, speak to those personalities, speak their language, as well as identify through listening what the needs and the desires are of your prospect. So just remember, it's actually a very few core people that you need to really cultivate and develop in your organization to make substantial passive income. And keyword here is passive income in network marketing. Now you may have to go through a lot of people to find those key people, but that's part of the science of network marketing. We have literally had people say to us, how the heck do you develop an organization of 2,000 people? So, and it seems incredulous, but there is, again, a science and artistry to that. Okay, and you'll see the power of leverage in network marketing. We've actually heard this from people who are really savvy in business. So again, I've mentioned this in a previous video, is that not many people really understand network marketing, even for those who have developed their own businesses and been in business for themselves for a long time. It takes an education process for that prospect to understand what exactly it is that they're building. And all the more it is important for you to educate yourself on what it really takes to develop that network. So you want to keep on doing the prospecting, inviting, presenting, following up, closing, getting that new distributor started until you find that distributor that will actually duplicate what you are doing. And this is a really big nugget. That person you sign up needs to be coachable and is willing to duplicate what you are doing. We will go more into duplication. It doesn't necessarily mean they have to dogmatically do what you do, but duplicatable meaning the activity, just activity in bringing your products and services to market. So as you gather your core team, you want to come together and actually do joint activities together. Why? Because there's strength in numbers, and when you can have your first activity together and you have a great outcome from that, that will boost your morale and you're going to keep on moving forward together as a team and building your business. And this last nugget that I wanted to leave with you is that you are really going to see the power of the network. And what I mean by that is, let's say you're putting together a home party, or it may be a webinar. Maybe that would be the type of gathering you're going to have to build your business. And let's just say you invite your list of let's say 5 people for that particular webinar, that particular home meeting, and but you have other team members that invite their own people, and you have one person who's super on fire. What you'll find is at that meeting, that webinar or that home meeting that you're having together, maybe one of your people will come, but there's 10 other people that show up. You see, that's leverage right there. It's not all based on your efforts. It may seem like that in the beginning, but eventually as you build and build and build, you'll see it's going to be a greater impact with your same amount of effort, but greater impact in terms of numbers. So these are some tips for you to help you see the overall vision of your network marketing business as a system, and to build your belief, to build your posture, so that when you meet with your folks, you realize, this is not some rink-a-dink small business. This is actually a very big business, and you're just looking for the right people to do business with. So this is Jen. I hope you found value in this video. If there's anything else you'd like us to cover, just comment below, and talk to you soon.